Hello there virtual racers, I am the SimRig Racer and welcome to today's video. And for this video I'm going to get wet, soaking wet, as I check out sim racing in the rain. But why? Well, with the recent announcement that iRacing plan to implement weather and rain effects to their sim racing title in 2022, I thought I would check out racing in the rain with the current crop of sim racing titles. So come and join me after the intro as I don my wetsuit and get ready to race. So here we are in Automobilista 2 at Brands Hatch as we attempt a quick race using the Storm preset. And wow, you really are taken back by the visual impact of racing in the rain. What a difference it makes here, look, dealing with the spray. The Madness engine really does shine with the graphical and visual effects. But not only have we got to contend with the spray, but it definitely affects the handling. Even with the ABS and traction control turned up, we are still struggling for grip. You've still got to be careful about how you apply the throttle. The stopping distances are bigger. You know, and things like the AI. They're racing differently. They're racing to the track conditions. So it's not just a visual thing, it really is a complete package. It changes the way the game plays. But really, you know, track limits become an issue. Trying to find the apex has become an issue, especially when you're in spray. You know, you've got these GT3 cars here, the tyres, the aero, they're just lifting the water off the track and creating this plume effect, which just reduces the amount of visibility you have. So you find yourself having to take on a new level of concentration. You know, you're gripping the wheel that little bit tighter. Just trying to make sure you don't get caught out by any deeper puddles, because there is definitely there's no uniformity to the grip level. So some parts are wetter than others. You know, they do have a live track system, but you're virtually you're just using the tail lights of the cars. That, you know, you can see that they're all going off to the right, so you know there's a right-hander coming up, because you just don't have the ability to see far enough forward because of the spray. Yeah, man, the guys who do this in real life just must have nerves of steel. All the hairs on the back of their neck must be as rigid as anything. Wow, can you just imagine? Imagine it's, you know, just a few years ago that sim racing would be reaching this level of realism. Absolutely amazing. Ooh. As we're just trying to negotiate our way around here. Again, you know, we can script the weather so it can, you know, we can have dry, we can have wet, we can progress between the two different states. So, you know, you can imagine the effect this would have on longer races, endurance racing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow. Bit of aquaplaning going on there. This is a particularly wet section around the back. Absolutely amazing, isn't it? It just changes the dynamics of the of racing, and I'm glad that, you know, they've taken the time to do it properly. It's not just eye candy. It's all integrated into the handling and the physics. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Hold on, hold on. Oh, we've crossed the line.
Good result, mate. Well done.
Wow, that was brilliant fun. Loved it, loved it, loved it. We're now going to jump into Assetto Corsa Competizione and do a back-to-back check. So it's GT3 cars at Brands Hatch. And let's see how these two compare and how they both tackle things getting a little bit wet. Right, here we are. We are in Assetto Corsa Competizione. We are once again, I can assure you, at Brands Hatch. I have selected the storm conditions, and we are at the back of a big GT3 pack. And straight away you can tell that Kunos have a slightly different idea of what constitutes a storm compared with the Reza Studios. Now in Automobilista 2 I was really struggling to see the track limits at times because of the spray, but here, man, I'm even struggling to see the track.
Hold your line. Clear left.
This is absolutely insane. I was using AMS2, the tail lights, to get my bearings, but once the spray starts,
On your right. Right side's clear.
we don't even have that luxury. Whoa. I can feel the car hitting the puddles on the track. Bit of aquaplaning going on there.
Car left.
The traction control is really working overtime here. Same as the ABS on the braking, you can feel it cutting in, far more aggressive than it would normally be. And once again, you know, rain is just so much more than a visual effect. It changes the whole dynamic of the sim, of the racing.
Right side's
The AI, I've noticed they're taking slightly different lines. They're definitely slower. They are driving to the conditions, which changes the way that you race.
left side.
But you know that the track again doesn't have a uniform feel to it.
P23.
We've definitely got wet patches that's affecting the way that you can apply the power. Wow, the cars are just appearing out of the darkness.
Still clear left. That's half distance. The fuel's okay. The guy ahead is Adam.
I just can't believe that drivers would do this for real. I can feel my heart rate is elevated. My hands are gripping the wheel so tight, desperately trying to pick up any cues from the wheel via the force feedback. I'm just trying to be so gentle on the steering, on the inputs there, so I don't get caught out by any aquaplaning. My word, this is just unbelievable. Whoa. Cars feel so different. You know, they're not so stable. They definitely feel less planted. But the amount of spray that's coming up, where the aerodynamics and the tyres are just lifting the water up.
Nice one, Jason. Nice move, mate.
Right, trying to work it out. Where's your braking points? Oh, no, 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 no. Whoa. Really felt the car try and snap on me there as I went over the curbs. Right. Wow, I can feel myself staring, straining almost, trying to work it out. You know, where are we? What's going on? Trying to read the track, read the other cars.
Your tyres are cold, watch out.
Whoa. And this back half of the circuit feels different to the front section.
Car left.
Definitely feel more water. It feels like it's aquaplaning. I just feel the car moving around so much more. Whoa! As a McLaren just suddenly appears out of the mist. Oh dearie me. That gave me a bit of a start.
Car left. Hold your line.
Ah,
Still there.
I just can't.
Clear left.
Wow.
Left side.
That was some of the most intense 5 minutes of my sim racing life. Whoa. Rain
Good drive.
in ACC is an absolute full-on experience. Mind-blowing, amazing. And again, it can be fully scripted, so you can, you can changeable conditions, wet to dry, dry to wet. It would add such a dimension to any, endurance event. Wow. Sim racing in 2021 is truly outstanding. Oh,
On your right.
right.
Right side's clear.
I'm going to go and have a sit down in a darkened room and just calm down. Woo! Okay then, I hope you enjoyed my quick look at racing in the rain. As you can see, both Automobilista 2 and Assetto Corsa Competizione have really implemented racing in the rain really well. If I had to pick a winner, I think Assetto Corsa Competizione just has the edge. The handling characteristics and the way that the cars performed in the rain was very good between the two, but I think the visual effects in ACC, that thick wall of spray, just added to that sense of tension, that sense of intensity, where you just couldn't see through the wall of spray. You just didn't know what you were going to come across, where or when. So for me, that just gave it the edge. But both titles are great fun when it gets wet. Now I know people are going to be thinking this and wondering and possibly asking in the comments, why didn't I include Assetto Corsa? Now I know that that has some fantastic rain and wet weather effects using the soul, the weather patches and the content manager. The only reason I didn't put it into this video was the fact that I wanted to check out sim racing titles that had it natively coded in. It was built in by the developers and it was part of the original game. So that's the only reason, not because I don't like it, because I think it's fantastic. And also why I didn't include rFactor 2. I spent hours, and I mean hours, trying to get it set up so I had rain from start to finish. The rather unintuitive UI made it awkward to set up, but I did, and then I found that no matter what I did, the AI would pit after the first lap. So I couldn't experience racing in the rain with the spray of a full pack. So I decided to, put that to one side, come back to it at a later date. Well, thanks for watching. It'd be fantastic if you could give it a like. It really does help with the algorithm. I want to share my passion for sim racing with as many fellow sim racers as possible, and that's one of the best ways to help. What do you think of racing in the rain? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it just a waste of time? Is it something you've never tried? Whatever your thoughts on wet weather racing, let me know in the comments. I'd love to find out what others think. In the meantime, until the next video, remember, race hard, race fair. Bye bye.